Second intermission Saturday night. 32 Thoughts presented by GMC and the new Sierra AT4X. Star of the Jeff Merrick radio show and 32 Thoughts, the podcast with Elliotte from the home office. Tonight there's Jeff Merrick and with Elliotte here in studio. So lots of names, lots of news as we approach trade deadline in 3 weeks' time. Jeff, you can kick us off.
Okay, so insert the eyeball emoji right now. Arizona Coyotes keeping Jakob Chychrun out of the Coyotes game tonight against the St. Louis Blues for, quote, trade-related reasons. So that gets everyone who does this job on their phones right away. Here's what we can tell you. We've been told definitely no, it's not the Edmonton Oilers. The Toronto Maple Leafs have said no, it's not them. The Los Angeles Kings, and that's been a frequent source of speculation between Chychrun and another team. The LA Kings are throwing cold water on this one, and I'm not saying that that's not true, but let's keep in mind, tonight is Dustin Brown night in Los Angeles. They're unveiling the statue, retiring number 23, so we'll see where this one goes. There is no guarantee as well that Chychrun gets moved as early as tonight. The Arizona Coyotes, after tonight, don't play again till Monday against the Nashville Predators. Elliotte.
All right, the other name that people are kind of wondering about is Erik Karlsson. And the Edmonton Oilers have made it clear that one of their key acquisitions here towards the playoffs is going to be a puck-moving defenseman. And here's the thing about Karlsson. For this to work, he's got to be about a $6.5 to $7 million player for the Oilers. Now, his salary for the next 4 years is $11.5 million. So basically what Edmonton, if they're going to do this, they need San Jose to eat about $4.5 to $5 million in that range for the next 4 seasons, and nobody knows at this point in time if San Jose is going to be willing to do that. So I think before we can even think about the possibility of this occurring, that's number one on the list. The other thing too is Karlsson's willingness to go to Edmonton. Look, a bunch of guys were just together at the All-Star game. Maybe there was some arm twisting, who knows, but I think until the math works, I don't know if the rest of the deal can work. If it's not Karlsson, I do wonder if the Oilers look at another Coyote, and that is Shane Gostisbehere. Jeff.
Okay, so sticking with the Oilers, I think we're all watching the waiver wire yesterday around 2 o'clock Eastern to see if any high-profile Oilers names appeared. They did not, but it very much sounds like Kailer Yamamoto makes his return to Edmonton on Wednesday, so we're all watching the waiver wire Tuesday at 2 o'clock Eastern. Warren Foegele's played really well. I think the name we're all looking for here is Jesse Puljujarvi, unless he's traded by them. I think we wonder, Elliotte, if this is the next chapter in the Jesse Puljujarvi saga in Edmonton. Watch the waiver wire come Tuesday because Yamamoto's coming on Wednesday.
Okay, so let's take a look at the nation's capital. Let's move up to Ottawa. A few things for the Senators that we're hearing about them. First of all, one update, Anton Forsberg. Ron, you talked about this in the first intermission. Really scary scene here today. Taken off on the stretcher. The most important thing for everyone to know is that he had movement in his extremities. MRI tomorrow. We'll see what this determines, but everybody hoping for the best for him. Meanwhile, other notes about the Senators that we're hearing. Number one, there appears to be a path for a Nikita Zaitsev trade. I'm assuming West Coast. I don't know that for certain, but I've heard some rumblings about it. But there does seem to be a path for Zaitsev to move. The second thing is the Senators have been asked, I believe, about Alex DeBrincat, and they have indicated they are not trading him at this deadline. I think they want to wait until the new ownership is set up and kind of attack not trade talks, but attack contract talks then and see where it goes before they even think about exploring the market with him. But like I heard, they've told teams who've asked they're not interested in moving DeBrincat. Jeff?
Yeah, just one more follow-up there on the Ottawa Senators as well. You know, for teams looking for some snarl, some toughness, some bite down the stretch here before a trade deadline, expect to hear the name Austin Watson out there a little bit more. Ottawa Senators, tough forward on an expiring contract, $1.5 million is the AAV. Look for his name to pop up in trade circles. Elliotte.
All right, let's go to Vancouver now. And Luke Schenn is a name we've heard a lot. I do think that's picked up over the past couple of days. He was held out of a game the other night. I think some teams wanted to make sure that he wasn't put in a situation where he could get hurt. I think the way he plays, teams want to kind of move this to the forefront. I think Calgary and Boston are among the teams that have looked at it. We'll see where this goes. Brock Besser, I think the big question is here, does he have to wait until Timo Meier is dealt, or does a team say we're out on Meier and we look at Besser instead? I think that's kind of the holding pattern with him, Jeff.
Okay, Tyler Bertuzzi of the Detroit Red Wings. He's on an expiring deal. There were some brief extension talks earlier on this season. They didn't go anywhere. Nothing was serious. We all know Bertuzzi. He's skilled. He's a nasty bit of business. He also hasn't played in the playoffs going back to when he played in the American Hockey League in 2017. Now, there's a few teams that have been attached to this name. The Dallas Stars. We all know the relationship between Jim Nill and Steve Yzerman. We suspect that Dallas is looking for someone to play full-time with Tyler Seguin. Don't be surprised if they step up their efforts to try to bring Tyler Bertuzzi in. I believe Detroit is asking for something substantial. Edmonton has had some interest in Tyler Bertuzzi, Elliotte, and I believe the Tampa Bay Lightning as well. And just one final note, James Van Riemsdyk of the Philadelphia Flyers on an expiring deal. Teams looking for goal scoring could be looking at him, most notably the Winnipeg Jets, the Minnesota Wild, and it sounds maybe more and more like the Vegas Golden Knights as well. Ron?
And just, sorry, Jeff, last one quick. Hearing tonight, Kravtsov scratch for the Rangers. I think he's been made available.
Jeff and Elliotte, Kyle mentioned 37 players have suited up for Brad Larson, 35 for Sheldon Keefe. That's the most by any two teams in the NHL. And these two, if they understand anything about rosters and the idea that life is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get, it dates back to Hershey. They played for Paul Fixter. Tim Wormsby, our buddy, told me about this. DJ Smith was also on the 03-04 Bears in Hershey. But there they are, teammates together in Hershey, learning from a two-time Stanley Cup champion, Paul Fixter. And doing a great job of a 3-2 game through 2 periods of play on Hockey Night in Canada.